The following is a live sports presentation of Glycod. GLICOD.com.
Glycod's coverage of Interstate Battery's Southern Indiana High School basketball starts now. Presented by Jim Butner Auto.
Good evening and welcome to Providence High School, home of the Pioneers, as Mike Beck and Paul Love join forces tonight to bring you the battle between Jeffersonville and Providence in high school basketball action. Good evening, everyone. I'm Mike Beck. Paul, you're with me tonight again. We saw Providence last week, didn't we?
Yeah, we've seen them, or I have seen them like 4 times this year, so I've kind of gotten to know them pretty well. So I know Coach Miller feels that way too, because we talk before every game.
He was going to invite you in the locker room, let you give a speech there, I think, at halftime. But
no, well, we talked about some things, but you'll hear that interview later.
Yeah, well, this should be a pretty interesting game. Providence had a game scheduled last night against Rock Creek. That game did not happen. It's postponed because I believe Rock Creek is dealing with some COVID protocols. So they've had a week layoff since their loss, week and a day since their loss to Clarksville last week, the game that we covered. One on the last second shot. Tonight, Jeffersonville comes in off kind of a cold night last night. Everybody talked about how cold they were in the first half against Floyd Central at home. Just really couldn't get started, and by the time they did, they were down too far to make a comeback. So they'd like to get back on the winning track again tonight. They've lost one, and they'd like to get another win tonight.
Yeah, they have been inconsistent, and to prove that, the game before last night's game, they made all kinds of threes from beyond the arc, but last night they only hit, I think it was 4 of 19, about 21%, which is not going to get the job done. And not only that, they had a stretch in that first and second quarter of the game last night that got them really into the hole going into halftime, trailing 10-25.
Yeah, that's a hard hole to dig out of against a team like Floyd Central. We're very well disciplined, a good shooting team as well, and obviously well coached up there. So the Highlanders got the win. Jeffersonville and Providence, many people think that this might be a game that Jeffersonville gets the win, but Providence is going to have something to say about that tonight, I think.
I think so, too. Providence comes in with a record of 4-4, but they've lost to some pretty good teams. For example, Silver Creek, if you will.
Yeah.
So, a lot of people can say that, but nevertheless, they've got things going. Ryan Miller is very positive about his team, and I think they're going to get better and better as the season draws on.
All right, well, it's time to look ahead to the games that we'll be covering at Glycod the next week or so, and this look ahead is brought to you by the Clark County Health Department. Are you certified in CPR? If so, you can download Pulse Point in the App Store on Google Play. You can get the app and save a life. It's a message from the Clark County Health Department. And looking ahead at our schedule, a lot of games on the docket. Tonight on the other side of the river, Chris Labar and Antoine Wardlow is covering South Oldham at Oldham County in a boys basketball matchup. If you want to stream the audio, you can get that. This Wednesday night, Bullitt East visits South Oldham. That's an audio game. Todd Carter has the call along with Jeff Cooper. Next Friday night, Oldham County Colonels at South Oldham Dragons. So they just go back the other way, flip it around. And Chris Labar and Jeff Cooper has the action that night. And then on Saturday, January 23rd, 7:30 is the tip. Corydon Central at Charlestown. Dr. Todd Carter and Antoine Wardlow have the call on that game as well. And we'll be back video streaming, I believe, on the 29th, and we'll be back right here as Christian Academy pays a visit to the Pioneers. It's 4 Pioneer games in a row before we take the show to some other schools to finish off the season, but it's just kind of quirk of scheduling this year.
Well, it has been. It's chaotic, and what else is new after getting through 2020 with COVID, but we talk about those games, but that's yet to be seen. I mean, things can change and almost always do change from one week to the other.
That's right. So if you want to know what's happening out there, the place to do that is to go to our website, glycod.com. It has all of the schedules. Even as they change, we'll update that and let you know where we'll be. So stand by. We'll take a break. We'll come back with your interview with Coach Andrew Grants as he makes his first return visit to the place where he started coaching a few years ago. He comes back as the coach of the Jeffersonville Red Devils. We'll talk to him right after this on Glycod.
With cardiac emergencies happening more often than ever, the Clark County Health Department offers Pulse Point, It's a set of 911 connected apps that empower everyday citizen responders to provide life-saving assistance, as well as locations of nearby AED equipment. If you've been trained in CPR, you can download the app at pulsepoint.org, Google Play, or the App Store. Get the app, save a life. A message from the Clark County Health Department.
The only name you need to know for all your auto repair needs is Voyner's Auto and Truck Repair. Sure, our name might be hard to say, but we can fix everything no one else wants to fix. Big or small, we can do it all. Foreign or domestic, if it needs repair, Voyner's can handle the job. The only thing high-tech about us is what we do, and we're upfront with you and we'll do the job right. One thing we have to sell is our time, and we won't waste yours. Voyner's Auto and Truck Repair. Family owned since 1981. Call us for all of your auto repair needs.
Nobody wants to be told that they have cancer. When you find out that you have cancer, you want to make sure and try to get it treated as quickly as possible. That's what Priority Radiology did for me. The time they saved me from fretting about it is something I can't repay. They got me my results within 3 hours. It's unheard of to get that kind of results that quick. I can't hardly tell you how important that was for my mental state. It really helped me get through that day.
Hey, who are you?
Oh, hey, Jeff, I'm a car thief.
What?
I'm here to steal your car because, well, that's my job.
What?
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 It happens. And if you got cut rate car insurance, paying for this could feel like getting robbed twice. So get Allstate. I'd be better protected from mayhem. Like me.
Call Jeffersonville Allstate agent Packy Page today at 812-282-2970. Subject to terms, conditions, and coverage selected. This edition of Coach's Comments is brought to you by Allstate agent Packy Page, with offices in Floyd Snobs and Jeffersonville. To find out how Allstate can put you in good hands, or for a free quote, call Packy at 812-202-7271.
He is the head coach of Jeffersonville, Andrew Grant. Coach, got off to a rough start last night, I know, with the Floyd Central game. Tell us a little bit about that game.
Yeah, we just missed a lot of shots early. Now, one thing, we didn't get to the rim as much, but, their length and size, makes that a little bit tougher. But went back and watched the game last night and watched it today, and I always try to stat our quality shots. And, we got guys' shots in their sweet spots and where they want to shoot it from, and we just couldn't get anything to fall. And and then later on in the game, we started kind of forcing the issue because shots weren't falling, and that was kind of that second quarter when they pulled away. But, yeah, I thought, it's weird going back and looking at it defensively. I mean, I thought we did a really good job the first quarter. I thought we did a good job of executing and getting some shots. I mean, we had some really wide-open looks, but just couldn't get them to fall last night.
Yeah, Coach, that kind of leads into my next question. Here we are. We'll call it about halfway through the season. Mm-hmm. Whatever the season looks like this year, certainly. But, as you look at your team, kind of up and down along the way, what areas do you think they really need to improve in?
Yeah, it definitely it has been up and down. It's different games have been different areas. Our focus the last 2 weeks have really been on the defensive end and rebounding, and I really feel like we've improved that. If you look at our last 4 games going to Evansville North, we've held our teams to 57, 49, 34 and 54, so defensively we've been doing much, much better. Offensively, we've just kind of been inconsistent. I think a lot of that has to do with a lot of our players outside of Brandon, Will, and Kobe that have not had that varsity experience that are still cutting their teeth. And I said that before the season, that we were going to have these growing pains early on and a lot of inconsistent play just because of that lack of experience. But with that being said, the guys are buying in, they're working hard, and I still, to be honest with you, I believe in this team more now than what I did day one because I can see that they're working and heading in the right direction. We just haven't had that opportunity to put it together yet.
Well, you got off to a slow start, too. I know that with the COVID thing and all that. But I thought this team's going to be pretty good, and I think they're getting better, like you say. You got a short turnaround tonight, having played last night. So as you come in here to Providence, what concerns you most about them tonight?
Yeah, Providence plays very hard. They're going to be physical. Johnson does a very good job of getting the ball in his spots and scoring in those spots. Having been here, I know that this is a tough place to play. So our guys have got to be locked in, ready to go. Providence is going to do a good job defensively, and we've got to make sure that we're looking for our opportunities to get out and run in transition for easy scores.
Coach, with this whole COVID thing and, halfway through, you've learned some things about your players. Is there anything our listeners need to know, any changes you plan on making going into the second half?
Yeah, as we kind of move this next half of the season, it's going to be just, understanding what's our best way to play, what our identity is. And, I think our identity is going to be playing fast, getting up and down, really pressuring. I think the guys are buying into that defensive side and us being a defensive team first and allowing our defense to create the offense. And, I'm excited about this kind of it's weird saying second half of the season. I still feel like we're just getting started because of COVID and everything, and we're still learning so much about our guys. But I feel like we're close, and we're just we're not far off. It's just going to be a matter of time. We've had quarters where we've put it together, and it's looked really, really good. And now we just got to be able to sustain that for a full game.
Coach, I know you got other things on your mind right now. Let's go. Thanks a lot for your time.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Let's be honest. You don't see Grandma nearly enough. Which means
we
the
come
dead
back,
car
we'll do the
battery you
keys
spent
to the
morning
game.
dealing with has robbed her of precious grandkid time. It's unfortunate, sure, but it's not like she's going to write you out of her will or anything. Right? When you need to be there, you need an Interstate. The car battery auto techs prefer.
This second shift. This old pair of pants. This staycation. This brown bag lunch. At American Family Insurance, we understand what it takes to make your new kitchen, that new car, or your new house a reality. It's the same as it takes to protect it. To protect your new life, your future, your dreams.
The Clark County Youth Coalition, Clark County's local coordinating council for a drug-free Indiana, presents What's Your Side Effect? Join the movement of thousands of young people working together to build a better world through living healthy, passionate, drug-free lifestyles. Our program includes tips that will help you live the good life and make chasing your dreams a lot easier. Get healthy, get inspired, get the facts at what'syoursideeffect.org.
Funding provided by the State of Indiana Division of Mental Health and Addiction.
A proud supporter of the Providence Pioneers and Southern Indiana High School athletics, Mack Construction is a second-generation company that provides quality workmanship in heavy civil construction, asphalt, and streetscape while maintaining focus on worksite safety and productivity. Put Mack Construction's nearly 40 years of award-winning service to work for your project. For more information, visit mackconstruction.com. Mack Construction. Experience. Reputation. Solutions.
You're tuned in to Southern Indiana High School basketball from Glycod.
And welcome back here. Mike Beck, Paul Love with you. Glad to be here as our pregame coverage continues. Time for keys to the game tonight, and our keys to the game brought to you by our friends at Mack Construction. Mack Construction is in New Albany, Indiana, and they provide safe, productive, quality workmanship in civil construction and excavation. Visit mackconstruction.com. Let's look at the keys to the game tonight, Paul. Let's start with Jeffersonville. The Red Devils come in here. They've got to do some things to get the win tonight. What is that?
Well, a variety of things, I think, but most importantly, which team shows up, I think, Mike. 2 games ago, they were really hot beyond the arc. Last night against Floyd, they couldn't throw it in the ocean. So shooting, as always, is an important part of the game. But remembering that this is a young team, they are going to get better. But I think they just need to learn how to play as a team, getting others involved other than their 3 guys that they really rely on.
Making shots probably a key component of that as well.
Absolutely.
And that sounds like it's simple, but they also seem to have perhaps the athletic advantage, a little bit more up-tempo play perhaps than what Providence would like to see happen. Do you think they can manage that tonight?
Well, I think they got it. Jeff will try to play fast, I'm sure, and use their athleticism, because those three guys out there beyond the arc with Lovings Watts and Razor Moore and Kobe Studemeyer, those three pretty good players. They just need to get some help from some of the other guys. But I expected them to be good this year, and I think they'll be even better next year if you get right down to it.
That's right. Well, let's take a look at the Pioneers and what do they have to do to get the win tonight. I think make shots again, right?
Well, it's always that. I mean, statistically, you can talk about turnovers, rebounds, free throws, and all the numbers type things. But if you make shots, which I think Providence has had a little bit of a problem with throughout this season, I think they have good shooters. But they just not, and also being able to finish a game, I think, is very important to them. They basically had that Clarksville game last week under their belts, but kind of gave it away at the end. So reacting to that end of the game pressure, I think, will be important for them.
And then, and I think they need to find a way to resist that track meet that Jeffersonville would love to get into. How do you do that as a team? How do you slow down a team that wants to run?
Well, really, that is Providence basketball, if you will. You check their scoring, what their scoring average is. I doubt if it's even 50 points. They are very deliberate in their offense, but can they do that with an athletic team like Jeff putting pressure on them? That's what we're going to find out here tonight.
All right, and that's going to do it for our Keys to the Game, brought to you by Mac Construction. Stand by. We'll be back in just a moment as Paul talks to Ryan Miller one more time, head coach of the Providence Pioneers. That's coming up next, right after this on Glycod.
The Clark County Youth Coalition, Clark County's local coordinating council for a drug-free Indiana, presents What's Your Side Effect? Join the movement of thousands of young people working together to build a better world through living healthy, passionate, drug-free lifestyles. Our program includes tips that will help you live the good life and make chasing your dreams a lot easier. Get healthy, get inspired, get the facts at what'syoursideeffect.org.
Funding provided by the State of Indiana Division of Mental Health and Addiction.
I'm a bunch of wind. And just like your stomach after that strip mall sushi, well, I'm a bit unpredictable. Let's redecorate. What's the matter, Tanya? I thought you loved being spontaneous. I do. And if you got the wrong home insurance coverage, I might break the bank too. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem, like me.
Call Jeffersonville Allstate agent Packy Page today at 812-282-2970. Subject to terms, conditions, and coverage selected.
The second game of the season, I popped my shoulder out of socket. So I went to the doctor a few weeks later, and they referred me to priority radiology to get an arthrogram. It was about a day later that they told me the news that I tore my labrum. Since I got the results back so quick, I got to start doing physical therapy and everything quicker, which made my recovery process a lot quicker, and I'm thankful for priority radiology for getting the results back that fast.
Hi, this is Sheriff Jamie Knoll of the Clark County Sheriff's Office reminding you to please buckle up, wear your seatbelts, and refrain from texting while you're behind the wheel. Your safety is our priority. Enjoy the game.
You're tuned in to Southern Indiana High School Basketball from Glycod.
Here, pregame between Jeffersonville and Providence. Coach Miller of the Pioneers. Coach, as you know, I really don't want to go back in time. I want to look forward, okay? We've seen you guys play a few times now. We know a little bit about you, but what does your team really need to do to get better from this point, about halfway through the season?
Yeah, appreciate you guys covering our previous games here recently. Had a couple good ones there. But facing good competition. So, for us, it's been a good last month in terms of even though we haven't gotten all the wins we wanted, we've taken a few tough losses, but to really high level competition. So that's good for us to be facing that as long as we can maintain a positive attitude, keep showing up every day and working hard. We feel like we're going to continue to be able to improve. We feel like we've been seeing some strides from guys, offensively, guys stepping up. We're going to need a little bit more of that. We feel like our defense has been pretty solid. And, to answer your question, moving forward, just getting a little sharper, executing a little better, just fine-tuning and, hopefully starting to knock down some shots,
I agree with you wholeheartedly. You've lost to some pretty good teams this year along the way. No getting around that. Regular 4-4, therefore, is not all that bad. But I know you want to get better all the time. What about this Jeff team coming in here tonight? Another good team that you're going to be facing. So what do you know about them?
Oh, undoubtedly, they're definitely a very, very strong team. Incredible athleticism, both from the perimeter and the interior. A lot of versatility, guys that can shoot it, can handle it, really some of the more talented players in the area, especially when you look at Watts and Moore and their point guard Stoudemire and some other guys who just do a nice job of playing their role and doing what their coaching staff asks of them. So they're a dangerous team, very much so.
They are indeed. They lost last night, of course, to Floyd Central. One of those nights that you have can't make the shots.
Right,
but,
right.
What kind of a game do you expect for our listeners to see tonight? A slow down game, a faster game, a lot of points? What do you think?
Gosh, I don't know. Us coaches, we try to forecast, but of course, Coach Grants, is back in the area here, and I think his teams are versatile in that they can play, several different styles. In the past, you've seen them pressing a lot and doing some half-court traps. You also see them playing some man-to-man. So, you just got to kind of be ready for what they throw at you, and hopefully we are.
All right, Coach. I told you before the interview I was going to throw you a curveball.
Okay, I'm ready.
See how you can handle it. The game's over. Providence won this ball game, beat Jeffersonville. As you look back, what are the things you did well in order to gain that victory?
Yeah, we're absolutely going to have to take care of the basketball. As we were just talking about, Jeffersonville is a very long, athletic, aggressive team. So you got to take care of the ball. Along those same lines with their athleticism and aggressiveness, size, you got to rebound the ball. You got to rebound the ball well. And then, ultimately, some of these other close, tough losses we've had, we weren't, finishing at the level we need to, so we got to finish those shots. When we got them, we got to be able to put the ball in the bucket,
Especially that Clarksville game, had to be a heartbreaper, having led that game. So anyway, Coach, this COVID thing going around and all that, midway through the season, everything, are there any changes we can see tonight, you think?
Yeah, no, our guys have been fortunate, within our program to be healthy, throughout this. We're glad that we're continuing, to be able to play ball with our, local competition here. And, we look forward to hopefully we can get some more fans back in here. We certainly miss having that energy and, the support of our fans. So hopefully here in a few weeks we can get back to some of that. But in the meantime, really appreciate you guys covering it so our fans, supporters can listen to it.
You hit the curve ball quite well.
Oh, thank you.
We thank you for your time. Good luck tonight and the rest of the season.
Appreciate you guys here.
The Clark County Youth Coalition, Clark County's local coordinating council for a drug-free Indiana, presents What's Your Side Effect? Join the movement of thousands of young people working together to build a better world through living healthy, passionate, drug-free lifestyles. Our program includes tips that will help you live the good life and make chasing your dreams a lot easier. Get healthy, get inspired, get the facts at what'syoursideeffect.org.
Funding provided by the State of Indiana Division of Mental Health and Addiction.
Dr. Carter's office, Annette speaking. How may I help you?
From your very first call, the warm personal care from Dr. Todd Carter and his friendly staff at Carter Family Dentistry will put you at ease. Dr. Carter can take care of you and your family's dental needs, from gentle cleaning to complex procedures. Visit drtoddcarter.com to learn why generations put their trust in Dr. Carter for their dental health. Or to schedule an appointment, call Annette or Joyce at 812-944-5155. Located at 809 Mount Tabor Road in New Albany.
Hey, who are you? Oh, hey, Jeff, I'm a car thief. What? I'm here to steal your car because, well, that's my job.
What?
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 It happens. And if you got cut rate car insurance, paying for this could feel like getting robbed twice. So get Allstate. And be better protected from mayhem. Like me.
Call Jeffersonville Allstate agent Packy Page today at 812-282-2970. Subject to terms, conditions, and coverage selected.
Dubuque County Fair is about to get its face melted! Yeah!
1 second. I guess their faces are safe.
Shut up, Jeff.
Yeah, Jeff, shut up.
Shut up, Jeff. I don't need your help.
Just like what happened in Pittsburgh.
Never mention Pittsburgh!
When you need to be there, you need an Interstate, the car battery auto techs prefer.
Come by Interstate Batteries, 1510 Production Road, Jeffersonville.
The Locker Room is proud to be a supporter of high school sports on Glycod. Located at 319 Spring Street in historic Jeff, the Locker Room has been in business for over 40 years and was Southern Indiana's first screen printer. They specialize in wholesale screen printing, t-shirts, and have a full-time graphic artist on staff. Owned by David Oram, the Locker Room invites you to team up with the best. For more information, call 812-282-8600. That's 812-282-8600.
You're tuned in to Southern Indiana High School Basketball from Glycod.
Welcome back, Mike Beck, Paul Love here at Providence High School as the Pioneers get ready to host the Red Devils in boys varsity basketball action on a Saturday night here in January 16th. A little snow falling from the sky, but it's warm in here and not a bad crowd considering that Clark County's a red zone, meaning that the facility's closed except to parents and family members of the players and the media, and that's about it. But we're happy to bring this game to you tonight. Time for starting lineups, by the way, and your starting lineups are brought to you by our friends at Interstate Batteries. Get started with Interstate Batteries, locally owned at 1510 Production Road in Jeffersonville. They're a proud supporter of high school sports on Glycod. Interstate Batteries, they're outrageously dependable. And we'll take a look at these starting lineups for the Red Devils. Kobe Stoudemeyer, Jared Tyson, Monty McGee, Brendan Razor Moore, and Will Lovings Watts. Starting five for Jeff, no surprises there. For the Pioneers, Casey Kalin, Nick Sexton, Max Beatty, David Wall, and Zach Johnson. But the one thing the Pioneers do, and you know this from seeing them, man, they go deep on that bench, don't they?
They play a lot of players. They certainly do. More so than you probably will expect them to play toward the end of the season. I think 7 and 8 is usually the guidelines early, but Providence, like you say, plays 10 or 11 sometimes.
They sure do. So we'll see a lot of players out there, but those are your Interstate Batteries starting lineups. Final score of the JV game, Jeffersonville led for about 3 quarters or so, but Providence turned it around, and at the end they get the JV win tonight. Big win, 57-50, and a pretty good ball game. Grant Seabold really had a good game. We weren't really tracking scoring or anything like that, but I heard his name called a lot. He's a freshman. He also is on the varsity squad, and he's one of those future Pioneers that I know that Coach Miller's pretty excited about.
Yeah, they start 3 seniors, I believe, as I check the lineup. 3 seniors, a junior, and a sophomore. So they're going to need players like Seabold to come along, and they will. Got a little size to him. He's 6'3", and really, like you say, he had a really good game here in the JV game earlier.
Yeah, hit a lot of shots and from all over the court, and that's the kind of player you like to find, somebody that can knock it down from just about anywhere.
Right. Since you mentioned, Mike, turning it over to Jeffersonville now, they do not start a senior in that first 5, and as a matter of fact, they probably go 7, maybe 8 before a senior might see action in the game. So, a little bit of a younger team, a little bit size advantage if you believe the heights that are listed in the program. They go 6'5", 6'5", 6'5", compared to Providence 6'3". So,
right.
the athleticism, it's going to be interesting to see how that high-low post for Providence, that they like to do so much, works out tonight.
This has not been a story because there have been a lot of other stories this year, COVID being one of those, but Andrew Grant's former head coach of the Pioneers had some success when he was here a few years ago, had an opportunity, ended up going to Fort Myers, Florida for a couple of years, had success there. A year ago, he was in, I think, at a college as an assistant coach, and then had a chance to come back to the area. I think he really liked Southern Indiana and found an opportunity at Jeffersonville. But he's coming back to his alma mater and the place where he cut his teeth as a coach. Any kind of extra butterflies for him tonight, you think?
No, it's another game. You ask him, that's what he'd tell you. But, he wants to win badly for sure. But, you mentioned that. Ryan Miller's not too different from that. He's been around the area for quite some time, was a graduate of Providence High School himself, coached with Coach Sturgeon and former coach at Providence. Lefebvre. Lou Lefebvre, who's now out at North Harrison. So he's been around here for a while. He knows what's going on. So both these guys, local guys, good to see these guys come back and do this kind of work.
It sure is. Well, we'll go ahead and take another break. When we come back, we'll be closer to tip-off. Stand by. We'll be back right after this.
Let's be honest. You don't see Grandma nearly enough. Which means the dead car battery you've spent the morning dealing with has robbed her of precious grandkid time. It's unfortunate, sure, but it's not like she's going to write you out of her will or anything. Right? When you need to be there, you need an Interstate. The car battery auto techs prefer.
This second shift. This old pair of pants. This staycation. This brown bag lunch. At American Family Insurance, we understand what it takes to make your new kitchen, that new car, or your new house a reality. It's the same as it takes to protect it. To protect your new life, your future, your dreams.
Yes, I'm a dreamer.
The Clark County Youth Coalition, Clark County's local coordinating council for a drug-free Indiana, presents What's Your Side Effect? Join the movement of thousands of young people working together to build a better world through living healthy, passionate, drug-free lifestyles. Our program includes tips that will help you live the good life and make chasing your dreams a lot easier. Get healthy, get inspired, get the facts at what'syoursideeffect.org.
Funding provided by the State of Indiana Division of Mental Health and Addiction.
A proud supporter of the Providence Pioneers and Southern Indiana High School athletics, Mack Construction is a second-generation company that provides quality workmanship in heavy civil construction, asphalt, and streetscape while maintaining focus on worksite safety and productivity. Put Mack Construction's nearly 40 years of award-winning service to work for your project. For more information, visit mackconstruction.com. Mack Construction. Experience. Reputation. Solutions.
You're tuned in to Southern Indiana High School basketball from Glycod.
Welcome back, Mike Beck, Paul Love here at Providence High School. As we get closer to tip-off, clock ticking down, and we do have a score that's come in already. Early game, the Clarksville game got started early tonight, I believe.
Yeah, it started an hour early, 6:30, we understand. Austin visiting Clarksville, and at the first quarter, Clarksville's ahead 25-15 in that game. I'm sure it's further along by now, but we've got a lot of scores to report tonight, so just stay tuned.
A lot of things going on tonight, and we'll try to keep it all basketball-centric. And, of course, if you want to follow everything online, you can do that by going to our website at glycod.com, because that is the place to get all the scores, all the information, and all the action. And they're going to do the national anthem. We'll take a break and be back right after this on Glycod.
The only name you need to know for all your auto repair needs is Voyner's Auto and Truck Repair. Sure, our name might be hard to say, but we can fix everything no one else wants to fix. Big or small, we can do it all. Foreign or domestic, if it needs repair, Voyner's can handle the job. The only thing high-tech about us is what we do, and we're upfront with you and we'll do the job right. One thing we have to sell is our time, and we won't waste yours. Voyner's Auto and Truck Repair. Family-owned since 1981. Call us for all of your auto repair needs.
I'm a bunch of wind. And just like your stomach after that strip mall sushi, well, I'm a bit unpredictable. Let's redecorate. What's the matter, Tanya? I thought you loved being spontaneous. I do. And if you got the wrong home insurance coverage, I might break the bank too. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem, like me.
Call Jeffersonville Allstate agent Packy Page today at 812-282-2970. Subject to terms, conditions, and coverage selected.
Let's be honest. You don't see Grandma nearly enough. Which means the dead car battery you've spent the morning dealing with has robbed her of precious grandkid time. It's unfortunate, sure, but it's not like she's going to write you out of her will or anything. Right? When you need to be there, you need an Interstate. The car battery auto techs prefer.
You're busy, always on the go, and when your car needs repaired, you need it done right. At Call's Body Shop, you can make an estimate appointment to better serve you. Just call 812-949-5245 and schedule a time that fits your schedule. They're open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and are family-owned and operated. They've been serving Southern Indiana since 1954 at 2801 Mount Tabor Road in New Albany. It's your car, and you have a choice on your repair. Call's Body Shop. Can they fix it? Yes, they can. From Glycod, it's Interstate Batteries Southern Indiana High School Basketball. Interstate Batteries, outrageously dependable since 1950. Tonight's game is presented by Jim Butner Auto in Clarksville, striving to keep you driving. And is also brought to you by the Clark County Youth Coalition. Get inspired, get the facts, visit what'syoursideeffect.org. And by Allstate agent Packy Page. He puts you in good hands. By Priority Radiology in New Albany. You have a choice. And by Clark County Sheriff Jamie Knoll and Centra Credit Union. Now to courtside for all the action from Glycod on Interstate Batteries Southern Indiana High School Basketball. Presented by Jim Butner Auto Group.
And welcome, good evening, Mike Beck, Paul Love, glad to be with you here at Providence High School as the Pioneers introducing their starting lineups. A lot of lights and fanfare these days. A little bit of the NBA kind of trickled down to the high school level. That's okay, it's fun. It's colorful, that's for sure.
Got to generate some enthusiasm here for basketball. This is Indiana.
This is Indiana
basketball, come on.
Some of the best basketball you'll find just about anywhere. Indiana high school basketball. The Red Devils hoping to get back to 500 on the season. They're 3-4 in a campaign that got started late for them because of the COVID protocol. They were almost 2 weeks late getting started. We had their first game against Silver Creek, and a good game they played that night against a very good Silver Creek team, and came up a little short, and they've been back and forth all season. If the season's any indication, they should get a win tonight.
Yeah, just looking at last night's scoring, all 44 points for Jeffersonville came from the starting five. No points from the bench. So that's something they need to get a little bit of, I think, to be as good as they want to be.
All right, Will Lovings-Watts and Zach Johnson in the center circle for the tip-off. And we'll be off and running here in just a moment. Stand by as we get this thing underway. Referee gets it ready. Tosses it high, and Jeffersonville will control the ball to start the ball game. Stoudemire with the ball. Jeffersonville's first offensive series. He's directing traffic, gets it into the hands of Razor Moore, goes down. Little handoff. Monty McGee onside and back out. And a steal. Nice pass. And Max Beatty with a little bit of assist from Nick Sexton. Pioneers' early score on the turnover. Monty McGee puts it up, can't get it to go. Zach Johnson with a rebound. Pioneers will need to play a really clean game tonight. Kalen for three, and he's on the money. 5-0 early goings here. Under a minute gone in the ball game. Providence hitting a couple of quick ones. Tyson to Razor Moore. Back to Tyson for three. Ball's up. A lot of arc. A lot of points there. Give him a three for that. 5-3. Jeffersonville trails by 2. Full court pressure from Jeffersonville. Providence solves at that time. David Wall, baseline pass to Johnson. Moves inside. Kicks it back out to Kalen around the horn. And nothing doing. They'll slow it up. Good decision. Kalen looking for someone. Wall, left side. Now back to Kalen. What does it look like they're trying to do, Paul?
Just be methodic. Just work the ball, eat clock, keep the score game, keep it in their control, and so far so good for the Pioneers.
Stoudemire called for the foul. Team's first.
Another strategy I think you see at the other end of the floor. Casey Kalen really guarding Watts closely. In other words, a lot of times you want to have a guy to help out on somebody else. He's not a help guy. He wants to keep the ball out of the hands of Lovings Watts.
That was a case where Zach Johnson just a little too slow to get back on the court. His right foot was on the line as the ball was tipped to him. He was out of bounds. A little step too slow, and that cost him. McGee out. Tyson, nice move. And it's a tie game at 5. Beatty lost his balance, passed it to Johnson, who wasn't ready for it. Fortunately, Nick Sexton was over there to clean it up. Beatty now working against Tyson. Right side to Sexton, nice spin move. Back outside the wall, and they say he took steps.
And those are the kind of errors you just don't want to see happen in a game you know is going to be close. 2 turnovers against the Pioneers.
2.5 minutes gone in the first quarter. Nice move by Sexton to knock that out of bounds. Will Lovings-Watts really hadn't touched the ball so far, maybe once or twice.
That's because of Casey Kalen's defense on him. Watch him. Even away from the ball, he'll be in his hip pocket.
Razor Moore down into the paint. He'll let it float. Gets his own rebound. Tries it again. No luck on the second chance. Loose ball, scramble on the floor, and it's going to go out of bounds. A lot of work. The referees could have called a foul. They let him play, and it ends up Pioneer ball.
5-5.
Yeah,
go ahead.
I was wondering if that's any indication how they're going to officiate this game.
Oh, that's a good point.
There's a lot of contact there.
You like to let them see him play.
Sexton into Kalen, and he loses the ball into the hands of Wall. Johnson can't get the little floater to drop. And Jeffersonville, Will Lovings-Watts grabbed it, but his foot was on the line. And the ball goes back to the Pioneers. Couple of turnovers, one by either team on that foot out of bounds call. You don't see that very often. Inbound to Kalen. Goes to his right. Razor Moore with the guard there. Sexton calling a play. That's not fixing his hair. Sexton just wanted to do that by himself, and that was probably not his best choice. Comes up short that time. Still tied at 5. Some quick scoring early, and then it's quieted down here. Tyson into the hands of McGee. Gets position, puts it in. Jeff with their first lead of the game, 7-5. Wall down there working hard. They say it was off Wall and out of bounds. He thought it was off McGee and kind of let it go. I'm always at the school, you go after it no matter what.
Yeah. Possess the ball.
Because the referee doesn't always see it the way you think.
Zone from Providence here. A little change.
Tyson Stoudemire, Will Lovings-Watts in the paint. He loses it a little bit out in the right corner. Baseline. Now Stoudemire gets a pass from McGee, and he can't finish. Beatty to Sexton. Quick pass to Johnson. He's open. Almost too open. Didn't know what to do with it. Thought he was going to have to do a fake, but there was nobody there guarding him.
Surprised himself. Fortunately for Providence, he made it.
Lovings-Watts to Razor Moore to Tyson.
2-3 zone defense by Providence. Interesting.
Stoudemire, Lovings-Watts, long three, not there. Rebound by Beatty. And here come the Pioneers. Tie ball game. David Wall, left-handed hook, can't get it to drop. And a foul. Will Lovings-Watts, I think, is going to be dinged on that one. Kalen, the victim.
Watts got in a little foul trouble last night as well. Had 3 points in the first half. Had to sit the bench quite a bit of that period of time.
Just over 3 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Tie game at 7. Good one so far. Inbounds pass to Kalen. Knocked from his hands by Razor Moore. Loose ball, scramble picked up by Tyson. Goes the other direction. A layup, and he's in. Jeffersonville with the score.
Tyson, 7 points out of the 9. We talked about somebody else wanting to step up. There he is.
Kalen for three. He's in the right corner. Can't get it to drop. Tyson rebounds. Kalen comes up from behind, knocks it loose. We've got 3 players on the floor. Tyson, one of them, he's got his head down. Kalen gets him off his feet, can't finish. Tyson took a shot down there. He's going to go to the sidelines.
That's a bad sign for Jeff. He's the only one scoring for them. Like I said, 7 of the 9 points early in the game here. He's out of the game right now.
Not sure if he's bleeding or if he just got dinged up a little bit, but he's on the sidelines.
Hitting the nose. He looks like he was holding the bridge of his nose. First free throws of the game.
Kalen right on the money for his first. You like those that drop straight through, don't even hit the iron. Providence traditionally a pretty good free throw shooting team. They'll need it tonight. That time not there.
You jinxed him.
Brennan Finnegan checks in for the Pioneers, 54. Big man on the team, down in the paint generally. Also in the game is Grant Williams, number 21. Sexton, a little too fancy that time. And Watts is going to get a couple of free throws because he was fouled by Williams. Sexton, I always call his play frenetic. He seems always barely in control, and that time not.
Yeah, he's been a leader on that team for a couple years now, so, that's not characteristic of him, I think, overall.
Will Lovings-Watts' first free throw comes up short in front of the rim.
That's the first time he shot the ball in any form, I do believe. Maybe not.
Brenton Moore checks in for Jeffersonville. Stoudemire takes a seat.
Missed them both.
Watts misses again. Finnegan with a rebound. He'll get it to Sexton. Here come the Pioneers. Full court pressure from Jeffersonville. Providence figures it out that time. Sexton looking for some help. Gets it from Kalen. Left side. Now starts his move. Stops. Grant comes to his rescue. Now Grant goes to his right. Kalen runs down into the big trees. And the ball hits the end line. It'll be out of bounds to Jeff. Kalen's not a short guy, but he ran into the height of Jeffersonville timber that time.
Yeah, he's 6'3", sophomore. They list him that way anyway.
Coach Grant's trying to figure out what just happened.
His job tonight, Kalen's job, is to keep the ball out of the hands of Lovings-Watts.
Done a pretty good job so far. Providence ball. Inbounds pass to Johnson. Kicks it out. 3-point attempt on the money. Grant Williams looked pretty. Wide open shot. Pioneers up by 2. Minute and a half to go here in the first quarter.
Providence favoring that 2-3 zone defense. You wonder why Loving's Watts is not getting some touches here.
Brenton Moore in the game, number 13, passes to Isaiah Florence, number 3. Monty McGee makes a shot, can't get it to go. Out of bounds, and they say it's going to be Pioneer ball.
Oh, one official says that. The other one says Jeff.
Okay, well, how do you decide that if you're an official?
It should be the one that's right on the spot, I would think. Unless the other guy says, I saw it well.
3-point attempt in the bucket. Brenton Moore. Well, there's some bench points. Didn't get those last night. First 3 points off the bench tonight come from Brenton Moore. Under a minute to go now, first quarter. Through the hands of Zach Johnson. Will Lovings-Watts is going to complete this. Up above the rim, 14-11, Jeffersonville. That's what turnovers will do to Providence, because Jeffersonville can strike fast. They've got to control that.
30 seconds.
3-point ball game. Johnson, turnaround, blocked by Watts. Williams with the ball, 17 seconds. Providence will slow it down for one shot. Sexton waving to the crowd. No, he's setting up his offense. Starts his move, tries to work off a screen, tries a three. It's there.
There he is.
Tie game. Will Lovings-Watts throws it the length, almost gets it to go in, but I think it was a little late. And at the end of the first quarter, good ball game here. Tied up at 14. We'll take a break, be back right after this on Glycod.
Let's be honest. You don't see Grandma nearly enough. Which means the dead car battery you've spent the morning dealing with has robbed her of precious grandkid time. It's unfortunate, sure, but it's not like she's going to write you out of her will or anything. Right? When you need to be there, you need an Interstate. The car battery auto techs prefer.
The Clark County Youth Coalition, Clark County's local coordinating council for a drug-free Indiana, presents What's Your Side Effect? Join the movement of thousands of young people working together to build a better world through living healthy, passionate, drug-free lifestyles. Our program includes tips that will help you live the good life and make chasing your dreams a lot easier. Get healthy, get inspired, get the facts at what'syoursideeffect.org.
Funding provided by the State of Indiana Division of Mental Health and Addiction.
You're tuned in to Southern Indiana High School Basketball from Glycod.
Welcome back, Mike Beck, Paul Love here. 1 quarter in the books. And it's knotted up at 14 after 8 minutes.
All the numbers show an even game, Mike. 45% from Providence, 46% from Jeff shooting.
Cade Carver checks in the game. Point guard position, number 3. Runs the offense, gets it to Zach Johnson. Headed down toward the baseline, changed his mind, looks for help, gets it. Carver back to Grant Williams, who feeds Johnson again. And Johnson's been a key to their offense the last few games. But in that time, he's off the money, off the mark, I should say. Stoudemire back in for Jeffersonville. Taylor back in the game as well, and he goes baseline and has nothing to show for it. Providence comes back. Grant Williams for 3. That comes up short. Loose ball. Kalen picks it up. He forces it in and will draw the foul. Kalen will go to the line and try to get the bonus. First foul on Monty McGee. 4 team fouls on Jeffersonville. Only 1 foul so far in the game against Providence. I guess that's pretty cleanly played.
Yeah, Kalen's having a good game. 6 points so far, and they get 7.
3-point Pioneer lead, 17-14. I think that equals their biggest lead of the night. Neither team has pulled too far ahead. Both of them lead by 3 at 1 point in the game. Stoudemire comes up. Razor Watts as well. He has the ball around to Florence.
A lot of those substitutes you talked about earlier for Providence. Fresh faces in the game.
Isaiah Florence. Razor Moore, long three, not there. Finnegan goes high and pulls it down with authority. Gives it to Carver. Williams. And now into the hands of Tyler Simmons. So far we've seen 9 players on the floor for the Pioneers, and that's not been unusual. Simmons was in trouble.
Got bailed out on a foul.
He went down in there and didn't have an exit strategy.
No, he didn't.
That happens sometimes. You think you've got an opportunity and it closes up as quick as it opens.
5 team fouls against Jeffersonville, just 1, like you said, against Providence.
That foul was against Brenton Moore, his first. Florence checks out. Will Lovings-Watts checks in. High pass. Stoudemire to Will Lovings-Watts. Tries to reverse. Gets it to drop and draws the foul. And now in the game for Providence, Eli Watson, and that's player number 10 from the roster. Johnson and Sexton back in. Watson and Williams back to the sidelines.
Lovings-Watts had 2 free throws earlier, missed them both. Back at the line.
Shot counted, so he'll have a bonus attempt here and makes it a 3-point play. Tie ball game at 17. Sexton in the corner gets it out to Johnson, who feeds Carver. Back to Johnson, and they couldn't find Finnegan, but Johnson said, I can do this, and does. Dances down the paint, drops it in the hole. Will Lovings-Watts goes baseline, kicks it outside. Jared Taylor, 3-point attempt not there. Ball's high and in the air, bouncing around, and Simmons comes up with it. Sexton.
I don't know if our camera showed that well or not, but boy, did Sexton draw that foul.
That's called creating the opportunity.
Saw out of the corner of his eye, saw Jeff Flair coming down the floor and just hops over in front of him and takes a splash.
Nick Sexton, a heads up ball play.
Yeah, he's been around a while.
Finnegan out, and in the game, David Wall reappears. First foul on Taylor, 6 team fouls on Jeffersonville. Providence will be in the bonus from here on out. Fakes the pass, turnaround jumper, right there. Zach Johnson. Will Lovings-Watts working against Carver. Definitely the height advantage, and finishes the play over the top of David Wall. Johnson looks for help, gets it from Carver. Now Sexton. Jeffersonville pressure. Johnson turns around. Felt it. Pulled the trigger. 23-19. 5 minutes to go in the half. Will Lovings-Watts, kind of an out-of-control move. The rebound that time was by number 25, but I don't have him on my roster. Do you have a 25 over there on that roster?
For Jeffersonville?
Jeffersonville.
25, yeah, Michael O'Brien.
Michael O'Brien, okay. Well, I had him as number 24, but sometimes numbers change. So, good to know. Jeff Ball, Stoudemire looked at the baseline. There was no open opportunity. And they kick it back outside. Taylor to Lovings-Watts. Stoudemire for a 3. In and out. Nice rebound by Razor Moore. Can't get the ball to drop. And a lot of contact, and finally a whistle. Brendan Razor Moore, he's been working hard. He just has not been able to get the points tonight. Give a lot of credit to Kalen.
And we're at 7 team fouls.
Max Beatty was the recipient of that foul, or on the wrong end of it, and he'll go to the line to shoot 1 in the bonus as Providence is in that situation from here on out. A lot of backspin, just a little short. Here come the Red Devils. They don't waste any time. Quickly up the court, Will Lovings-Watts Beatty has the call on him right now. Providence more in a zone look. Loving Watts down inside to McGee. Got good position and makes them pay. Back the other way. Ball tipped around. Lovings Watts. He is not going to get a shooting foul. Zach Johnson will draw the foul, but it happened before the shot was attempted.
Just the third team foul against Providence, so Jeff not in the bonus yet.
First on Johnson. As you say, Providence, not too many whistles tonight. Taylor to inbound, looks for help, gets it in Razor Moore, and back out to Studemeyer to set up the offense. Inside to McGee. Actually, he came outside to get it, but trying to get it down in the paint. Take advantage of the height differential, but they haven't been able to do much with it tonight. Stoudemire around the horn. Three-point attempt. And a foul away from the ball. And that's going to be on Kalen, I believe, his first.
Before the shot, so fourth team foul on Providence.
Williams to the floor. Casey Kalen will head to the sideline. I'm sure Coach Miller's got a few things to say to him. Inbounds pass to Will Lovings Watts. He touched it and it went into the backcourt, and the referee didn't see it.
He said it was a deflection, so that's the call.
They'll play through. Taylor. Brenton Moore back to Taylor. Left-handed down to the baseline. Stoudemire collects the ball and pops it in. Interesting pass there. I think it just happened to.
Yeah, lucky to maintain position.
And then they don't, as.
And they do turn it over.
Sexton standing on the back end line.
They got that end line painted. Seems like
apparently
everybody's stepping on that line.
It is the third time we've had somebody standing out of bounds as they grab the ball.
Seventh turnover for Providence.
Tie game, under 3 minutes to go, second quarter. Pioneers and the Red Devils trading punches. Stoudemire throws one there, can't get it to drop. And they say it's out of bounds off Providence. Red Devil ball. Just about 2.5 to go. Moore to Watts. Has a step. Puts it high and got a lot of glass, but not anywhere near the basket.
Floater. It didn't float.
It floated too much. Sexton trying to get a step on Will Lovings Watts. Good luck with that. Watts quick. And Moore knocks it out of bounds, out of the hands of Beatty. Kalen back in. David Wall will head to the sidelines.
Providence really looking good in this 2-3 zone. I think Jeff's trying to press a little bit, force a few things offensively. Haven't shot the ball that well this second quarter.
Sexton trying to work off the screen from Williams, not there. Around the horn to Kalen. Beatty looking, finally gets it over to Williams. Starts his move, baseline, and he'll draw the foul. He really got a break that time because he was not in a position to make that basket. He was too far underneath, and the foul bailed him out. Brenton Moore.
My observation correct, Mike. They have only made 4 out of 12 shots in the second quarter. Timeout, full timeout.
Full timeout Well, we'll take a full timeout as well. Stand by. We'll be back right after this on Glycod.
You're busy, always on the go. And when your car needs repaired, you need it done right. At Call's Body Shop, you can make an estimate appointment to better serve you. Just call 812-949-5245 and schedule a time that fits your schedule. They're open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and are family owned and operated. They've been serving Southern Indiana since 1954 at 2801 Mount Tabor Road in New Albany. It's your car, and you have a choice on your repair. Call's Body Shop. Can they fix it? Yes, they can. You're tuned in to Southern Indiana High School Basketball from Glycod.
Mike Beck, Paul Love here at Providence High School on a cold winter's night, but it's warm here in the gym. And we got a hot one on the scoreboard as well. Game knotted up at 23. Providence hosting Jeffersonville. Minute 56 to go.
Few snowflakes out there today. It's we don't get much snow around here, but we do occasionally get these cold spells and a few flurries.
Yeah, I call that fake snow.
Fake snow.
I was looking at it, watching it fall out of my window, then I go look to the ground, there's nothing there. It's just like it vanishes. It's magic.
We expected a close game here tonight, and so far we are 23-0.
At the line, Grant Williams to shoot one in the bone. Or did he shoot two? He was in the act of shooting. My mistake. Couple of free throws here. First one, not too bad. It went in, so he'll take it. Three dribbles is his routine. That time too much, but Kalen for the rebound and puts it back in. Good move by Casey Kalen. 26-23, Pioneers by 3. Coming down to a minute and a half left in the half. And an errant pass intercepted by Williams. Beatty. And he'll draw the foul from Will Lovings Watts. Watts tried to pick his pocket. He got caught. Nice effort by Watts. He anticipated Beatty's fake. Just didn't get the ball cleanly.
And his second foul. Another miss.
Beatty too much. Off the rim to the right. He'll get a second attempt here. Could be the biggest Providence lead if he can make it, or tie the biggest Providence lead at 4, and he gets it there. 27-23. Cade Carver back in the game for Providence, number 3. In for Sexton. He's working on Stoudemire right now. Watts, he's trying to do too much, but he does draw the foul, and they'll give him 2 shots.
Forcing, I think, a little bit. Of course, he's got the athletic ability to get to the basket like that, but he's on the line. He just needs to make these free throws.
Grant Williams picks up his second foul. Only the 5th team foul against Providence. And Watts will shoot 2. That time, perfect. Williams out. Sexton back in for the last minute and 10 here in the half. 3-point ball game. Can cut it to 2 if he can hit this one. And he does. And a quick whistle, and we'll get a substitution. Tavion Palmer, his first appearance in the game. And Watts will take a breather.
Got those 2 fouls. Probably doesn't want to pick up his third in the last minute of the half.
Yeah, it makes sense. Coach Grant's wisely sitting his star player down. Hand off to Carver. Under a minute to go. Pioneers with a 2-point lead. Probably content to drain the clock. Zach Johnson. He's in the paint. He's going to have to do something with it. Gets it back out. Carver for 3. Way too much. And out of bounds. Carver probably would have been better served to pull that back out and move it around, chew up some more time.
I was surprised.
Didn't expect that shot.
Coach probably was too.
A lot of things that coaches are surprised by from high school kids. Under 30 seconds to go here.
Providence content. Now they're coming out a little bit, put pressure. Nick Sexton on Stoudemire. They always wait too long, in my opinion. No chance for a rebound shot. Get down under 10, which it is now. They haven't even made a move to the basket yet with 6.
Way outside is Moore. Taylor from the corner. He hits it. And Jeffersonville goes into the locker room at half with a 1-point lead. 28-27.
Taylor, who was that made that shot?
Jared Taylor.
Jared Taylor. Where is he?
And that's the end of the half as...
That's not Tyson, is it?
I mean, Jared Tyson. I'm sorry.
You had me confused.
My apologies. That's Tyson.
That was a 2 or a 3?
That was a 3.
There you go. I'm with you now.
All right. We'll take our break. Be back right after this on Glycon.
Dubuque County Fair is about to get its face melted! Yeah! 1 second.
I guess their faces are safe.
Shut up, Jeff.
Yeah, Jeff, shut up.
Shut up, Jeff. I don't need your help.
Just like what happened in Pittsburgh.
Never mention Pittsburgh!
When you need to be there, you need an Interstate, the car battery auto techs prefer.
Come by Interstate Batteries, 1510 Production Road, Jeffersonville.
Dr. Carter's office, Annette speaking. How may I help you?
From your very first call, the warm personal care from Dr. Todd Carter and his friendly staff at Carter Family Dentistry will put you at ease. Dr. Carter can take care of you and your family's dental needs, from gentle cleaning to complex procedures. Visit drtoddcarter.com to learn why generations put their trust in Dr. Carter for their dental health. Or to schedule an appointment, call Annette or Joyce at 812-944-5155. Located at 809 Mount Tabor Road in New Albany.
The Clark County Youth Coalition, Clark County's local coordinating council for a drug-free Indiana, presents What's Your Side Effect? Join the movement of thousands of young people working together to build a better world through living healthy, passionate, drug-free lifestyles. Our program includes tips that will help you live the good life and make chasing your dreams a lot easier. Get healthy, get inspired, get the facts at what'syoursideeffect.org.
Funding provided by the State of Indiana Division of Mental Health and Addiction.
You're born with the brain power to make smart choices and the opposable thumbs to click on them. You shop carefully for a lot of things, but what about your bank? Better borrowing rates? Yes, please. Lower fees? Duh. More money for you, less for the bank. Access to a cooperative network of convenient locations and a place where they go the extra mile for you. It's your money. Start right here. Centra Credit Union. Centra.org.
Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing opportunity.
Tonight's halftime report is brought to you by Centra Credit Union, centered around you. Find out about online banking and other services by visiting Centra.org.
And it is halftime. Mike Beck, Paul Love here at Providence High School as the Pioneers trail at half by 1 in a very good game, a close game. And I know you've been over there ciphering and counting on your fingers, toes, and even touched your nose a couple times, I think. But what do you have for us, Paul?
Well, 14 seems to be the number. That's how many points were scored by each team in the first quarter. And in the second quarter, Providence only 13, but once again, Jeff with 14 points. Scoring, Nick Sexton with 3 for Pioneers. Leading Pioneers is Casey Kalen with 9, followed by Zach Johnson with 8. 4 for Grant Williams and 3 for Max Beatty to give them their 27 points. Leading scorer for Jeffersonville, here's a little bit of a surprise, Jared Tyson with 10 points, followed by Will Lovings-Watts with 9. Then Monty McGee with 4. Brenton Moore with 3 on a 3-point shot, and 2 points by Kobe Stoudemire. No points by Razor Moore in that first half.
He was their leading scorer last night against Floyd Central, but so far coming up cold tonight.
Yes, he is. And shooting, as we pointed out, fell off a little bit for Jeffersonville in that second quarter. For the half, I have them at 11 for 26. That's just 42% from the field. 47% for Providence on 10 of 21. Free throws, Providence 4 of 8, 50%. 3 for 6 for Jeffersonville, 60%. Rebounding edge goes to Jeffersonville, 15 to 12. And the turnovers goes to Providence, which is a number you don't want to have. They have 7 compared to Jeff's 5 in the first half.
All right, well, that's an update on the stats and scoring and points. We'll look at the scoreboard when we come back. Lots of halftime coverage still to come. You're watching Glycod's coverage of Kentuckiana High School basketball. We'll be right back.
You're born with the brain power to make smart choices and the opposable thumbs to click on them. You shop carefully for a lot of things, but what about your bank? Better borrowing rates? Yes, please. Lower fees? Duh. More money for you, less for the bank. Access to a cooperative network of convenient locations, and a place where they go the extra mile for you. It's your money. Start right here. Centra Credit Union. Centra.org.
Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing opportunity.
This second shift. This old pair of pants. This staycation. This brown bag lunch. At American Family Insurance, we understand what it takes to make your new kitchen, that new car, or your new house a reality. It's the same as it takes to protect it. To protect your new life, your future, your dreams.
Yes, I'm a dreamer.
The only name you need to know for all your auto repair needs is Voinier's Auto and Truck Repair. Sure, our name might be hard to say, but we can fix everything no one else wants to fix. Big or small, we can do it all. Foreign or domestic, if it needs repair, Voinier's can handle the job. The only thing high-tech about us is what we do, and we're upfront with you and we'll do the job right. One thing we have to sell is our time, and we won't waste yours. Voinier's Auto and Truck Repair. Family owned since 1981. Call us for all of your auto repair needs.
In one fell swoop, one innocent city will be left with one burning question.
What? No.
When you need to be there, you need an Interstate, the car battery auto techs prefer.
Come by Interstate Batteries, 1510 Production Road, Jeffersonville.
With cardiac emergencies happening more often than ever, the Clark County Health Department offers Pulse Point. It's a set of 911 connected apps that empower everyday citizen responders to provide life-saving assistance, as well as locations of nearby AED equipment. If you've been trained in CPR, you can download the app at pulsepoint.org, Google Play, or the App Store. Get the app, save a life. A message from the Clark County Health Department. You're tuned in to Southern Indiana High School basketball from Glycod.
Welcome back here. Mike Beck, Paul Love. Time for a scoreboard update brought to you by the Clark County Youth Coalition. The Clark County Youth Coalition has been doing this for 35 years, being the state's eyes and ears in Clark County, monitoring data and working to reduce substance use and abuse. For more information, visit clarkcountylcc.org. Right here, 28-27, Jeff over Providence. You've got a bunch of other scores, though, Paul.
We do.
Share them.
Clarksville, that early start at 6:30, they end up beating Austin 81-71. At halftime, the Silver Creek juggernaut, if you will, 53 points in that first half. Bloomington North at just 36. New Albany leads Scottsburg 32-15 at halftime. North Harrison over Floyd Central 28-18 at halftime. And one final score, Perry Central leading Christian Academy of Indiana 34-23.
All right, that's your scoreboard update brought to you by the Clark County Youth Coalition. Stand by, take another break, be back right after this with the second half. Stay with us.
A proud supporter of the Providence Pioneers and Southern Indiana High School athletics, Mack Construction is a second-generation company that provides quality workmanship in heavy civil construction, asphalt, and streetscape while maintaining focus on worksite safety and productivity. put Mac Construction's nearly 40 years of award-winning service to work for your project. For more information, visit macconstruction.com. Mac Construction. Experience. Reputation. Solutions.
I was at practice one day, kind of made a cut through the lane, and I noticed that I landed on my knee a little weird. I saw my trainer here at school, and they highly recommended that I go to priority radiology. Any athlete, when you do go down with an injury, the first thing you think about is just how long that you're going to be out. Going to priority radiology, where I could get my results back quickly, made a big difference because I wasn't left waiting for weeks before I could even start a treatment. I was able to get what I needed right away.
Hi, this is Sheriff Jamie Knoll of the Clark County Sheriff's Office reminding you to please buckle up, wear your seatbelts, and refrain from texting while you're behind the wheel. Your safety is our priority. Enjoy the game.
You're tuned in to Southern Indiana High School Basketball from Glycod.
Paul Love, as it's counting down to our second half here, and close ball game. Paul, quick thoughts on that first half and any adjustments you might want to see.
Well, I saw one adjustment already, and that was that 2-3 zone that Providence went to, and evidently it affected Razor Moore quite well, or badly, I should say. 0 points in that first half. So, you know, it's a good ball game. It's a hard-fought game. Both teams playing really good defense, I think, and you know, it really meets our expectations. It's kind of the way we thought it might play out. The important thing is what it's going to be like at the end of the second half.
16 minutes to play, 1 point ball game. Providence will start the second half with the ball, and here we go. Into the hands of Zach Johnson, and he'll start it with Nick Sexton. And it's a half-court game right now. Beatty goes back to the right. Kalen gets it to spin and in. Great move by Casey Kalen, and a nice feed by Beatty as well.
Ball went round and round. That brings their shooting up to 50% at 11 for 22. That is the Providence team.
Tries to turn it into a three-point play. Doesn't get it to go. But Providence back on top by 1. Watts to Studemeyer down in the corner, looking for help, and intercepted by Beatty and Brendan Razor Moore. That's just incidental contact, but it is a foul.
And a turnover.
Nice hustle by Moore. He just, wrong place at the wrong time. That's his fourth foul.
Wow, that's big. But of course, he did not score a point in the first half, and I think I know why now. In foul trouble. He won't see action until the fourth quarter now.
Yeah, he's going to get a nice break, I'm afraid.
Probably averages, 17, 18 points a game?
He's up there. Sexton moves it around. Kalen back to Sexton. High and up for Johnson, and that's not what Providence is good at, is trying to get a little too fancy there.
They returned the favor. Johnson got into trouble down the baseline and had no place to go. Providence sticking with that 2-3 zone.
Stoudemire outside to Tyson. Will Lovings-Watts goes baseline, pulls back. Nice touch. Even an odd game, it's a 1-point advantage. Jeffersonville back up by 1. Johnson looking for some help. He's drawn Watts for the defender. That's pretty unlucky assignment if you're Johnson. Been the leading scorer for the last 2 or 3 games we've seen for Providence. David Wall to Johnson. That shot's going to be short. Bounces around off the face of David Wall. Yeah, that was your chin print there, David. It's off you. Here come the Red Devils. Tyson runs it over to the right side. Now back into his hands around the horn. Watts trying to get something started here. Tyson goes down into the paint. And he'll be fouled. He was not shooting, so we'll see who that's on.
Jeffersonville content just to pass the ball around the perimeter. They need to penetrate. They need to get somebody in the middle and open things up for that baseline.
Nick Sexton picks up his first foul. Just one team foul here. Watts forces it, puts it back, gets his own rebound, and cleans up his mess. 32-29. Red Devil 3-point lead. Long pass to Beatty, down to Kalen. Kalen's been the spark plug tonight for Providence.
Sure has. Got 11 points.
Sexton for three. Not there. Kalen chases it down. Corrals it, gets it to Beatty. They get inside to Johnson. Back out to Beatty for three. He felt it. And we've got a tie game at 32. Watts gets it to Tyson. Loose ball, scramble on the floor. Beatty took a shot to the head. Then he caught the knee of Tyson, and don't know how much he caught there, but they'll stop the action while he was on the floor. He'll stay in the game. They're going to ask him, how many fingers am I holding up?
Check him out a little closer than that, I think.
I'm pretty sure they will. Grant Williams comes in. Beatty goes to the sideline. He'll talk to the trainer, who'll ask him his name, date of birth, social security number, and credit card information. If he gives up any of that, then...
Has he got a credit card?
I don't know, but if he gives up that information, he's not coming back in. Pretty sure. Tie game here. Will Lovings-Watts. He took steps.
Trying to do too much, I think, sometimes. That was an example.
He's a very talented athlete and has a lot of skills, and sometimes you just want to do so much. You do just a little too much. Sexton in the half court. Over to Kalen. Williams. And around. Johnson thought about it, changed his mind. If Will Lovings-Watts was in front of me, I'd change my mind every time. David Wall looked for Kalen on the give and go there. Didn't go. Didn't give it.
Good look.
McGee with a rebound, and here come the Red Devils again. Stoudemire from the free throw line. He'll get two. It's the kind of ball game you like to see. Two high school teams going at it. Neither team led by more than 4 so far. 2-point game right now, and the lead exchanges hands quite often. This is what Indiana high school basketball is all about.
What's been the biggest lead? Maybe like 3 points?
4 by each team.
4, okay.
Each team's done that. Providence has done it twice. Jeff has done it once. Johnson tried to get it to drain. Can't get it to go. Back quickly is the Red Devils. Tyson for three in the corner.
That's his third three of the game.
Kalen pulls up for three. He returns the favor, and it's a 2-point game again. A 5-point lead didn't last long for Jeff. Tyson gives it to McGee, and McGee gets a charge. David Wall standing in there as McGee gives him a shot, but David Wall's a pretty good ball player. He'll take a shot.
Coach Grant's questioning the call by the out official. The one underneath did not call it, so there was contact. It had to go one way or the other.
Well, you get some, you lose some.
Yep. That way it went in Providence's favor.
Loose ball stolen by Tyson. Stoudemire chases it down. Sexton into the bench. And I think they're going to ring up Kalen for another foul. Stoudemire, I think the basket counted.
Well, if he's going to the free throw line, it has to. Yep. Stoudemire's heating up just a little bit now.
39-35, back to a 4-point spread. 3 minutes left here in the third quarter. Bonus shot up. Bounces around and misses, and out of bounds They're going to say it was Jeff Ball. I think the referees just flip a coin on that half the time. Two guys fighting for it. It's going to be off somebody. Your turn. Tyson looking for someone. Gets it into Florence. Over to Moore. Back to Florence. Tyson with a hot hand tonight. I think he's leading all Jeff's scorers, if I'm not mistaken. 39-35.
Neither Watts nor Moore in the game at the present time. We know that Moore has 4 fouls, and Stoudemire travels. 9th turnover. I have 9 turnovers against each team. Probably a few more than the coach would like to see, but, you know, competitive game like this, you're going to have a few more.
Yeah. The higher the intensity, the more likely that you are to make a mistake. Close ball game.
Pressure.
Sexton hands it over to Kalen. Johnson feeds Finnegan. Has a nice position. Can't get it to finish.
Right there.
Oh, they wanted that one, I'm sure. Coming down to 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter. 4-point ball game. The Red Devils on top.
There's that 4-point lead we talked about.
Stoudemire
coming on strong now.
Goes down in the paint, comes out with 2. Sexton to Beatty. Back to Sexton. Johnson wide open for 3. Back of the rim. 6-point Jeff lead is the biggest of the night.
You know, we talked about making shots. Jeff is 6 for 7 from the field this quarter. And that's why they've got a 6-point lead.
That stat more than any other tells the tale. Hard to lose when you don't miss. Trying to drain some clock here. Down close to a minute to go in the quarter. Stoudemire runs into traffic.
Not a shooting foul, and not very many team fouls on either. 3 against each now, with 1:03 left in the third quarter. Long ways away from a bonus.
Casey Kalen heads out. Picked up his 3rd foul. Finnegan out as well.
Loving Watts back in the game.
Simmons and Williams in for the Pioneers. Deep inbounds pass to Watts. And they'll go down into the corner for Stoudemire. Back outside to Brenton Moore.
Well, there he is again, trying too hard. Instead of the bucket, it's a turnover.
Picks up his 3rd foul. And that'll send him to the sidelines.
Don't you think Coach Miller has got those guys thinking, take that charge when he comes?
Well, they're 2 big players with 2 fouls. 30-second timeout. So we'll stay with the action here.
Loving's Watts with 4 points in the quarter, but the Kobe Stoudemire with 6. And that 3-pointer by Tyson starting to light it up for the Red Devils.
6-point advantage for Jeffersonville, the biggest lead tonight by either team. They like to have it the later in the game as possible.
Casey Kalen for Providence getting the job done. Got a couple threes along with 3 other field goals and 2 free throws. He's got 14 points.
They will. I don't know if my cameraman can hear me. (41-35). Here we go.
A little zone defense by Jeffersonville.
Almost get the turnover there. Sexton collects the loose ball. Providence going to try for 1 shot here, I guess. Down by 6. This idea of going for 1 shot just I've never understood that when you're trailing by 6. You need more than one shot.
They got a whole quarter to go. They just want to make sure they score here. And here it comes.
And a foul on a 3.
3-point free throws.
Brenton Moore, his 3rd foul. Jeffersonville with 5 team fouls. But some critical fouls on.
Beatty just 1 for 3 from the free throw line tonight so far. Got that to roll in.
Brandon Razor Moore with 4 fouls. Will Lovings Watts with 3 fouls. 13-point-something seconds to go here. Love to get this 3rd one. Cut it to 3 if he can sink it. No, he can't. But Williams with a rebound. 10 seconds. Sexton lets it fly. A lot of movement and a whistle, and McGee going to get rung up again. That's his 3rd foul. And Jeroy Ellis going to check in the game for Jeffersonville. McGee out. Ellis, a 6'5" senior. 5 seconds to go. Johnson, Sexton, he'll get a look, but not a good look, and his shot will miss. And at the end of 3, Jeffersonville 41, Providence 37. We'll take a break and be back again right after this on Glycod.
This second shift, this old pair of pants, this staycation, this brown bag lunch. At American Family Insurance, we understand what it takes to make your new kitchen, that new car, or your new house a reality. It's the same as it takes to protect it, to protect your new life, your future, your dreams.
Yes, I'm a dreamer.
The Clark County Youth Coalition, Clark County's local coordinating council for a drug-free Indiana, presents What's Your Side Effect? Join the movement of thousands of young people working together to build a better world through living healthy, passionate, drug-free lifestyles. Our program includes tips that will help you live the good life and make chasing your dreams a lot easier. Get healthy, get inspired, get the facts at what'syoursideeffect.org.
Funding provided by the State of Indiana Division of Mental Health and Addiction.
You're tuned in to Southern Indiana High School Basketball from Glycod.
And welcome back here. 3 quarters in the book, 1 quarter to play. Providence trails by 4. Two starters on the floor for Jeff. Couple of starters on the bench right now.
Big guy, 3 seconds in the lane. I was wondering how long he's going to camp out in there.
Jeroy Ellis gets the lane violation and a turnover. Looks like he dropped an anchor or set up shop there or something. 3-second calls, not common these days, doesn't happen often. Providence trying to get an opportunity here. Williams with a step. Lovings Watts kicks it outside. 3-point attempt. And it bounces in and out and in again. Tyler Simmons cuts it to 1. Stoudemire returns the fire with a 3, and it's back to 4. Quickly down the other way, Simmons pulls it up, gets it to Sexton, over to Williams. Williams, a hop shot. That's what I call that. I just patented that, by the way. Al Michaels, if you're listening, you owe me some coin if you use that. Jeff throws it away, turnover. 44-42. Kalen in the game. Sexton back out. Ball inbounded to Kalen. Jeffersonville going to drop back. They put a lot of pressure on them early, but they kind of eased up a little bit in that full court pressure in the second half. Simmons has a step, has position, can't get it to finish, ball loose, bouncing around. Will Lovings-Watts has it, and they'll foul him on the floor before he gets a shot off. If you're going to foul in that situation, do it before he shoots.
They're asking if it's going to be a shooting foul or not.
He hadn't. They really fouled him well outside of the shot. We'll see what the referees say. They have the final word. Now they're going to go over and confer.
All three officials got to voice their opinion.
Now they talk to the scoring table.
They can't get help from anybody else. It's got to come from those three.
Well, I think they're going to ask you now, Paul. Send up to the booth. What does Paul say? And they'll count the shot. They'll give him the shot, and Watts will try to turn it into a three-point play. Brenton Moore, Jared Tyson, Monty McGee, Will Lovings-Watts, and Stoudemire, Kobe Stoudemire in the ball game for Jeff. Johnson, Beatty, Carver, Williams, and Simmons for the Pioneers. 47-42, back to 5. Beatty has it. They bring it almost across the midline. Now he does. Simmons back to Beatty. Oh, Williams had a great spot, just couldn't handle the pass. Carver floats, can't get it to drop. And Will Lovings-Watts just picked up his fourth foul.
Did it again.
Going in head first, shoulder first. (47-42).
Two leading scorers for Jeffersonville with 4 fouls each and 5:50 left to play.
That is a lot of time.
That's a factor. Time for Mr. Razor Moore to do something. Still hasn't scored in this game.
Hasn't reappeared yet in this game
well,
either.
That's true, too.
Will Lovings
can't score if you're not in the game, right?
No, sure can. Jeff playing without their two leaders on the floor right now. They're going to have to do this without them. At least Williams, it looked nice until the shot went over the basket. 47-42. Had a right idea, just didn't finish.
Jeff will really try to use clock now with those guys with 4 fouls on them.
Tyson kicks it back outside around Brenton Moore. Now to Florence. Stoudemire, who's going to step up for Jeffersonville and make sure this happens.
The key here is just not to turn the ball over. You know they want to use clock.
Tyson working on Beatty. Now Stoudemire pulls up.
I thought he got fouled.
No call. All that, no points. And the Pioneers going to try to get inside. Johnson. Carver thought about a three, thought better of it. Jeffersonville has really taken Zach Johnson out of the game offensively. He's not been a threat tonight. And a foul. I believe that's going to be on McGee. Nope, it's on Isaiah Florence.
I was going to say, McKee stepped in to try to draw the charge. Easy for me to say.
But they call Isaiah Florence for the foul, and that's a break for McGee. That would have been his fourth.
Grant Williams, good free throw.
47-43, 4.5 to go in the ball game. Simmons and Carver out. Sexton and Kalen back in for the Pioneers. And Williams sinks them both, and it's a 3-point game. David Wall checks back in now. And your starting 5 for Providence back on the floor here with 4.5 to go in the ball game.
Razor Moore back in the game for Jeffersonville with 4 fouls. Or did you already say that?
Nope, I did not.
Okay.
Jeffersonville trying to get a step. They've got some quickness. Razor Moore up and around, but can't get it to go. And Kalen is going to be fouled. I think Tyson, the culprit. Providence in the bonus, and after this, they'll be in the double bonus. This is the way to catch up in the ball game. Score when there is no time moving on the clock. And Kalen, a good free throw shooter, makes it a 2-point game. Providence hanging around with Jeffersonville. A lot of folks thought that Jeff the clear advantage here tonight, but Providence playing one of their better games of the season, I think. 47-46. Good game defensively. For what fans we have, they've been enthusiastic.
Coach Grant's telling Stoudemire, stay out there. Control the basketball. Don't turn it away.
Razor Moore trying to get a step. Cross over to Tyson. 1-point lead, and they're playing keep away. Tyson's lost his dribble, and he'll have to call a timeout. 30-second variety. We'll stay with the action here. 47-46. What do you think, Paul?
Well, he picked up his dribble. You don't pick up your dribble if you're trying to freeze it. You got to make sure you got a place to go with it before you do that. So, again, that call from the bench. Great game. I mean, it really is. Well played, both sides. A few more turnovers than you'd like to see. 9 against Providence and 13 against Jeffersonville. They turned it over here 3 times in this fourth quarter, and that's part of the reason they allowed Providence to get back in the game.
What do you think about this strategy to try to freeze it here? The lead is only 1. It's not like you're sitting on a 3 or even a 5-point lead.
Yeah, they're just trying to use clock. They're not looking to score now, and the reason is because of their 2 leading scorers, both with 4 fouls. They want to get it down to the end so those guys can be a factor.
Will Lovings-Watts back in the game. He's playing with 4 fouls. Brendan Razor Moore also playing with 4.
Watch him. He'll end up with his only points being the last shot of the game or something crazy like that.
Clock ticking down, close to 3 minutes to go. Stoudemire kicks it back out to Tyson. Jeffersonville in no hurry. Tyson throws it down inside. McGee can't handle the pass. Zach Johnson comes up with it. Here come the Pioneers. Down by 1.
For that reason, you'd like to see them run offense and see if they can get a good shot and take it.
Johnson gets the defender off his feet, but he falls. And they say he was fouled?
Might be on Moore. No.
McGee.
Okay.
That's his 4th. So
Johnson for the double bonus.
Jeffersonville with 3 players on the floor with 4 fouls.
Chance to take the lead.
Johnson, normally pretty sure shot, not that time.
Free throws definitely a big factor in the game. Providence has shot 10 more and soon will be 11 more than Jeffersonville.
Yeah, it gets 1 out of 2, but it's enough to tie the game at 47 with 2:43 to go. I would think on offense, wouldn't it be one of the ideas to attack those defenders that have 4 fouls?
You'd think.
Didn't seem to happen that last time down, but
Jeff's last possession, they held it for a long time and then turned it over.
No shot.
No shot. That means a 5th team foul against Providence.
That's on Beatty. His second. As you said, team's 5th, so they got one more to give. Inbound pass to Watts, out to Stoudemire. Jeff, as you said, trying to drain the clock. Run it down to 2 minutes. Razor Moore, long three. Not that time. I think he's just desperate to get some points. He feels frustrated. Simmons got in trouble. Full timeout called by Providence. They'll take a break. We'll take one too. Stand by. We'll be back right after this on Glycod.
The only name you need to know for all your auto repair needs is Voinier's Auto and Truck Repair. Sure, our name might be hard to say, but we can fix everything no one else wants to fix. Big or small, we can do it all. Foreign or domestic, if it needs repair, Voinier's can handle the job. The only thing high-tech about us is what we do, and we're upfront with you and we'll do the job right. One thing we have to sell is our time, and we won't waste yours. Voinier's Auto and Truck Repair. Family-owned since 1981. Call us for all of your auto repair needs.
You're tuned in to Southern Indiana High School Basketball from Glycod.
Welcome back here, Paul Love, Mike Beck. It just got real quiet in here. Real quiet.
It did. I don't know, 47 all. Look at that score.
Right at about 2 minutes to go in the ball game. And
14 all first quarter, 27-28 second quarter. Third, 10 points for Providence, 13 for Jeff. Got a little bit of a head there, and now we're all knotted up, 47.
Jeff led by 6 at one point. Providence's biggest lead tonight has been 4. It tells you a little bit about how this game has gone. Inbound pass to Kalen.
Right in the corner.
And he's in trouble, and he'll draw the foul. Who was it?
It's like Stoudemire, maybe.
And it is.
They're saying Stoudemire, S-T-O-U-D. What do you think, Mike?
I don't know. I've heard it both ways.
I've heard it Stoudemire quite a bit. Sorry about that, listeners. Kalen, third free throw in this fourth quarter. He's had a good game.
He sure has. One of the reasons Providence has stayed close, and now they're on top by 1. That time's going to be short. Oh, my. Williams went right over the top of Razor Moore. No foul called. Nice non-call by the referee, although Williams could have easily been whistled on that. Razor Moore finally with 2. 49-48. Minute and a half to go. Beatty for 3. That one off the mark. Rebound by Kalen. Open, and it drops. And quickly back the other way is Jeffersonville. Stoudemire. I'll try to say it correctly. Will Lovings-Watts back out to Stoudemire. Shot is up, off the mark, bounces around Kalen, controls it. And he's tangled up by Tyson, and he'll shoot a pair. Double bonus time for Providence. Third foul on Jared Tyson. This is his third. And timeout called by Jeffersonville.
Providence got a foul to give here before Jeffersonville would shoot a free throw, unless it's a shooting foul, of course.
30-second timeout. So what do you think, Paul? Providence, 1 point lead, holding on to it. 63 seconds to go in the ball game.
Free throws are a difference in the game. There's no question about that. Jeffersonville hadn't been to the line since they had one free throw in each of the third and fourth quarters. They've only shot 7. Providence is going to be shooting their 21st and 22nd free throws. So big advantage if Kalen, who we've talked about, has had a really, really solid game. He's got 3 free throws in this fourth quarter, and overall 5 for 7. And none more important than these two.
Double bonus time. Kalen, the senior, I think he'd like to be our player of the game for Providence.
Well, he's got my vote right now for sure. See how it ends up. He misses that one.
2-point advantage, Providence. A minute to go. Watts across midcourt, has a step. Nice move.
Basket, big basket.
Tie game.
That might be the move of the game right there. I don't know.
And another timeout, a full timeout taken by Providence. They take one, we'll take one as well. Stand by. You're watching Glycott. We'll be right back right after this.
Nobody wants to be told that they have cancer. When you find out that you have cancer, you want to make sure and try to get it treated as quickly as possible. That's what Priority Radiology did for me. The time they saved me from fretting about it is something I can't repay. They got me my results within 3 hours. It's unheard of to get that kind of results that quick. I can't hardly tell you how important that was for my mental state. It really helped me get through that day.
You're tuned in to Southern Indiana High School Basketball from Glycod.
Welcome back here as timeout was taken by Providence. And a very close, very interesting ball game here. 51 all.
You know they're going to hold the ball probably for the last shot if they can. I mean, Jeff knows this too. They're going to be after him like crazy on defense.
That's a lot of clock to burn up here in the last minute. And Jeffersonville can be pretty persnickety.
Yeah, critical what kind of shot you get out of that too. I mean, if you wind it down from 30 or 43 plus seconds and don't get a very good shot, then it might be an overtime.
Starting five for both. Well, starting five for Jeff back on the floor. Starting five minus David Wall for the Pioneers in the game. In his spot is Grant Williams. And here we go. The clock starts with the inbound pass. Nick Sexton.
The ball in the hands of Sexton. Of course, he gives it up quickly. I'd put it in his hands too, Casey Kalen.
Kalen moves. Now gets it over to Beatty.
They're gonna try to take last shot, looks like.
Over to Sexton.
There's no movement offensively.
Out to Kalen. And to Sexton. Pretty deep, down to 10 seconds. They might be content to go into overtime. Kalen. And he'll be fouled.
Oh my.
Who tagged him?
Good strategy. Good strategy.
Tyson, his fourth.
Don't forget, Providence has got a foul to give too with just 4.3. I can see them letting the ball come in and fouling them quickly.
Makes sense. See what Kalen does here, because that will determine what happens.
We'll see in a minute. Another timeout, strategy timeout.
Timeout, take it. We'll take one as well. We'll be right back right after this.
Dr. Carter's office, Annette speaking. How may I help you?
From your very first call, the warm personal care from Dr. Todd Carter and his friendly staff at Carter Family Dentistry will put you at ease. Dr. Carter can take care of you and your family's dental needs, from gentle cleaning to complex procedures. Visit drtoddcarter.com to learn why generations put their trust in Dr. Carter for their dental health. Or to schedule an appointment, call Annette or Joyce at 812-944-5155. Located at 809 Mount Tabor Road in New Albany.
You're tuned in to Southern Indiana High School Basketball from Glycod.
Welcome back here, Mike Beck, Paul Love. Here's your situation. Tie game at 51. Just about 4 ticks left on the clock. Casey Kalen was fouled. He'll shoot 2. If he hits 1, Providence will have the lead. If he can hit both of them.
Kalen just a sophomore too, I think, if I'm reading the program correctly.
Yeah.
He is. Yep. Big free throws. And it's
Nerves of steel, nerves of ice. I'm not sure what they say on that. Providence up by 1.
Watch the foul on the inbounds pass.
Hits them both, and it's a 2-point ball game. 30-second timeout. I believe that was Providence that called it, but I'm not sure.
Should be, because they are going to let the ball come in bounds, let them dribble it to the 10-second line, and then foul.
Providence real close. I mean, just 4.3 seconds on the official clock.
Reminds me of that Clarksville game, though, Mike, when they had that lead at the end and turned the ball over with just split seconds to go, and Clarksville ends up winning that game by 2 points. What was it?
48-45.
Yeah. Was it 48-45?
Yeah.
Was it? Okay.
It was a tie game at the end there.
I got you.
But here we go. Tyson to inbound it. Remember, Providence has a foul to give. I'd let him catch the ball and then tag him. There it is. Burned a couple of seconds. Simmons tied up Will Lovings-Watts, and another full timeout taken by Jeffersonville now. Stand by. We'll take one more break and be back right after this.
Opioid overdoses in Clark County are at record highs. That's why the Clark County Health Department is now training volunteers to administer to victims of opioid abuse the drug Narcan, which may reverse its effects. To find out when and where CPR and Narcan training will be available, visit clarkhealth.net. You can help control the opioid epidemic. A message from the Clark County Health Department. You're tuned in to Southern Indiana High School Basketball from Glycod.
And welcome back here. Mike Beck, Paul Love with 2.6 seconds to go in the ball game. And, man, this has come down to the wire. Providence up by 2 over Jeffersonville, 53-51.
Got to make them throw the ball in the backcourt, not let them advance the throw into the front court.
Because if they foul at this point, they could put them on the line.
Absolutely.
No more to give.
Got to make that shot be a desperation.
Finnegan going to do jumping jacks here. Yeah. Studemeyer looking for someone to get it to. Razor Moore turns around. 3. Providence gets the win, 53-51. And I think they're treating it as a huge upset. Coach Miller in the middle of the pack, and they are jumping around. Kids are happy, and the Providence faithful feel like they finally got one here. Final score, Providence 53, Jeffersonville 51. Stand by, we'll take a break. Be back with our post-game coverage right after this on Glycod.
In one fell swoop, one innocent city will be left with one burning question.
What? No.
When you need to be there, you need an Interstate, the car battery auto techs prefer.
Come by Interstate Batteries, 1510 Production Road, Jeffersonville.
I'm a bunch of wind. And just like your stomach after that strip mall sushi, well, I'm a bit unpredictable. Let's redecorate. What's the matter, Tanya? I thought you loved being spontaneous. I do. And if you got the wrong home insurance coverage, I might break the bank too. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem, like me.
Call Jeffersonville Allstate agent Packy Page today at 812-282-2970. Subject to terms, conditions, and coverage selected.
A proud supporter of the Providence Pioneers and Southern Indiana High School athletics, Mack Construction is a second-generation company that provides quality workmanship in heavy civil construction, asphalt, and streetscape while maintaining focus on worksite safety and productivity. Put Mack Construction's nearly 40 years of award-winning service to work for your project. For more information, visit macconstruction.com. Mac Construction. Experience. Reputation. Solutions.
Hi, this is Sheriff Jamie Knoll of the Clark County Sheriff's Office reminding you to please buckle up, wear your seatbelts, and refrain from texting while you're behind the wheel. Your safety is our priority. Enjoy the game.
Tonight's post-game recap is brought to you by Clark County Sheriff Jamie Knoll. If you have crime information to report, contact the Clark County Sheriff's Office tip line at 812-280-2276 or email tips@clarkcosheriff.com.
And welcome back here. Time for our post-game coverage. Mike Beck, Paul Love, and a good one. Boy, I'm glad we were able to share this one with our viewers. Great game. Providence gets the win. We've had them a few games in a row, and they've had some tough luck. But tonight they found the magic combination to get the win over Jeffersonville. That's a huge win for them. They were pretty excited about that. And you've got some stats for us, though, I believe.
We've got a lot of numbers to share with you. We haven't done points yet, right?
No, go right ahead.
Providence, leading scorer, Casey Kalen with 22. Zach Johnson, 9. Max Beatty and Grant Simmons with 8 each. And 3 points each for Nick Sexton and Tyler Simmons for 53 points. Jeffersonville led by their leading scorer, in fact, Will Lovings-Watts, 18 points. Next up, Jared Tyson had a nice game, had 13 points. Studemeyer, 11 points. 4 points for Monty McGee. 3 for Brenton Moore on 1 3-point shot. And 2 points, only 2 points for Brandon Razor Moore, total of 51. Percentage-wise, actually Jeff shot a pretty good percentage. I have them at 21 of 43, 49%. Compared to Providence, let's see, that's 16 of 39, 41%. Big difference in the game, free throws. Jeffersonville only shot 7, hit 4 of them, 57%, but unfortunately, Providence got to the line much more often, 15 of 24, 62.5%. Rebounding edge goes to Jeffersonville, according to my stat sheet, 27 to 20. Turnovers, Jeff Moore, 14. Actually, don't say more. Jeff had more turnovers with 14 than Providence with 9.
All right. Well, that's your stats. And time also now for our drive of the game. Tonight's drive of the game is brought to you by the Jim Butner Auto Group, where they're striving to keep you driving. And, well, Paul, I'm going to say this is my drive of the game. If you've got a different one, you tell me. But I think that move by Casey Kalen at the end when the score is tied and he gets the ball, and he makes what I call a senior move, and he's only a sophomore.
Right.
He goes hard to the basket. If he makes the shot, he's a hero. If he draws the foul, hits a free throw, he's a hero. In my book, that was the drive of the game for Providence.
It was, 100%. And there was 4.3 seconds left on the clock after he was fouled there. The score was 51-all, and he made both of those free throws and iced the game. 2-point victory for Providence over the Jeffersonville Red Devils.
Casey Kalen with our drive of the game, and that's brought to you again by our friends at the Jim Butner Auto Group. Boy, they've been a fixture in Clarksville for like forever, and we appreciate them as being a part of our broadcast. Stand by. We'll take a break and be back with more post-game coverage, including our outstanding players of the game. Hint, hint, maybe the player that had the drive of the game might be one of those. We'll find out right after this.
This second shift, this old pair of pants, this staycation, this brown bag lunch. At American Family Insurance, we understand what it takes to make your new kitchen, that new car, or your new house a reality. It's the same as it takes to protect it, to protect your new life, your future, your dreams.
Yes, I'm a dreamer.
The only name you need to know for all your auto repair needs is Voinier's Auto and Truck Repair. Sure, our name might be hard to say, but we can fix everything no one else wants to fix. Big or small, we can do it all. Foreign or domestic, if it needs repair, Voiners can handle the job. The only thing high-tech about us is what we do, and we're upfront with you and we'll do the job right. One thing we have to sell is our time, and we won't waste yours. Voiners Auto and Truck Repair. Family-owned since 1981. Call us for all of your auto repair needs.
Hey, who are you? Oh, hey, Jeff, I'm a car thief. What? I'm here to steal your car because, well, that's my job. What? 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 It happens. And if you got cut-rate car insurance, paying for this could feel like getting robbed twice. So get Allstate. I'd be better protected from mayhem. Like me.
Call Jeffersonville Allstate agent Packy Page today at 812-282-2970. Subject to terms, conditions, and coverage selected. Opioid overdoses in Clark County are at record highs. That's why the Clark County Health Department is now training volunteers to administer to victims of opioid abuse the drug Narcan, which may reverse its effects. To find out when and where CPR and Narcan training will be available, visit clarkhealth.net. You can help control the opioid epidemic. A message from the Clark County Health Department. You're tuned in to Southern Indiana High School Basketball from Glycod.
Our post-game coverage continues on. Mike Beck, Paul Love here, and it's time for our outstanding players of the game tonight. Our most outstanding players are brought to you by Jeffersonville Shelter Insurance agent Colby Martin. Auto rates are falling at Shelter Insurance, and now is a great time to give Colby a call for your home and auto protection plan at 812-246-3001. Well, I don't think this is going to come as any surprise who we pick for our players of the game, but I'll put it up on the screen, and we can let our viewers see. For Jeffersonville, it started with Mr. Lovings Watts.
Yep. Tyson had a good first half with 10 points, and Stoudemire had a good second half, but points throughout the game. Will Lovings Watts, even though he had 4 fouls and had a lot of seat time on the bench, ends up with 18 and made a critical move to tie the score at 51-all with just like 50 seconds left in the ball game. But he's the Jeffersonville star of the game.
And then on the other side, the sophomore. You know, it's pretty rare for a sophomore to get an award like this. This is kind of heady stuff now for Casey Kalin for Providence, but really an outstanding game from the start and right there at the finish. He was on the ball all night long.
He too had points throughout the game, 4 in the first quarter, 5 in the second, 5 in the third, but that last quarter where he made 6 out of 7 of his free throws along with the field goal to get him his 22 points, no doubt about it. He was the man for the Pioneers tonight.
Well, tip of the hat to both Will Lovings Watts and Casey Kalin, our outstanding players of the game tonight from Jeffersonville and Providence, respectively. And again, thanks to our sponsor, Shelter Insurance agent Colby Martin at Shelter Insurance here in Jeffersonville. Give him a call at 812-246-3001. For more information about tonight's winners and for a listing of all the area winners, you can visit us at glycod.com, where a bevy, a plethora, a cornucopia even, of information, including basketball, stats, sports, all that kind of stuff. Tune in and find out what's going on. Let's take a break, and one more break. When we come back, we will have final scores of area games. We'll have a look ahead to where we'll be in our next broadcast and more right after this. Stay with us.
You're busy, always on the go. And when your car needs repaired, you need it done right. At Call's Body Shop, you can make an estimate appointment to better serve you. Just call 812-949-5245 and schedule a time that fits your schedule. They're open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and are family owned and operated. They've been serving Southern Indiana since 1954 at 2801 Mount Tabor Road in New Albany. It's your car, and you have a choice on your repair. Call's Body Shop. Can they fix it? Yes, they can.
The Clark County Youth Coalition, Clark County's local coordinating council for a drug-free Indiana, presents What's Your Side Effect? Join the movement of thousands of young people working together to build a better world through living healthy, passionate, drug-free lifestyles. Our program includes tips that will help you live the good life and make chasing your dreams a lot easier. Get healthy, get inspired, get the facts. at what'syoursideeffect.org.
Funding provided by the State of Indiana Division of Mental Health and Addiction.
Dr. Carter's office, Annette speaking. How may I help you?
From your very first call, the warm personal care from Dr. Todd Carter and his friendly staff at Carter Family Dentistry will put you at ease. Dr. Carter can take care of you and your family's dental needs, from gentle cleaning to complex procedures. Visit drtoddcarter.com to learn why generations put their trust in Dr. Carter for their dental health. Or to schedule an appointment, call Annette or Joyce at 812-944-5155. Located at 809 Mount Tabor Road in New Albany.
You're born with the brain power to make smart choices and the opposable thumbs to click on them. You shop carefully for a lot of things, but what about your bank? Better borrowing rates? Yes, please. Lower fees? Duh. More money for you, less for the bank. Access to a cooperative network of convenient locations and a place where they go the extra mile for you. It's your money. Start right here. Centra Credit Union. Centra.org. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing opportunity.
You're tuned in to Southern Indiana High School Basketball from Glycod.
Welcome back, everyone. Mike Beck, Paul Love with our post-game coverage as it continues here. And we've had all kinds of good stuff tonight. Now it's time to take a look at the scoreboard. Lots of area games tonight, and you got lots of finals, lots of scores. Let us know what they are.
Okay, Perry Central beats Christian Academy of Indiana 62-48. Let's see, Charlestown ahead of our beats Borden 59-56.
Close one.
Clarksville, I think we reported earlier, won over Austin 81-71. Silver Creek didn't get 100 after scoring 53 in the first half, but beat a pretty good Bloomington North team 94-74. New Albany wins Scottsburg 45-39. Big game Floyd Central beats a pretty good North Harrison team 52-47. I think those are the 2, 4, 6 games that we have to report tonight.
All right, and that's a last look at the scoreboard brought to you tonight by the Clark County Youth Coalition. For more than 35 years, the Clark County Youth Coalition, they've been the state's eyes and ears in Clark County, monitoring data and working to reduce substance use and abuse. If you need more information, we recommend that you give them a look at clarkcountylcc.org. Well, Paul, final thoughts on this one before we look ahead. Providence, Jeff, a lot closer game than I thought it was going to be. Providence really came out, played hard, had a good plan. Coach Miller, I think, had them ready.
He did, and good game plan. Of course, they didn't play last night. Their game with Rock Creek was postponed, so they had a little bit more time maybe to prepare for Jeffersonville. But, I feel for Coach Grants in Jeffersonville. They just haven't got the chemistry going yet. A lot of talent on that team, but need to perform more as a team, I think. I'm happy for Coach Miller, Ryan Miller. Like you said, we've been here several times, and they've lost some tough ones, so this is a good win for them tonight.
All right. Well, that's going to do it for this one. And before we do that, let's take a look ahead to where we'll be in our next broadcast. Whoops, hit the wrong button. It didn't just turn black, did it? No, it didn't. We're still here. We look ahead to January 29th. We get a 13-day break between games, and some of this is COVID-related as games are being scheduled, rescheduled, and it's complicated, folks. So trust me. We're doing our best out there, and we know you're out there enjoying it. But we'll be right back here. Fourth game in a row. That's never happened before. 4 in a row in one school. But it again, COVID protocols and such make it an unusual season. But a good one. And Christian Academy will be coming in here to take on the Providence Pioneers. That coverage begins Friday, January 29th, 7 p.m. Tip-off expected to be around 7:30. So I hope to see everybody then. Yeah,
I got some final thoughts. And we keep talking about this crazy 2020 year, and it's carried over into 2021. I just hope everyone will stay safe, follow the rules and the guidelines, and let's try to, as a a team, if you will, work out of this thing so we can get life back to normal. I want to see crowds at basketball games. I don't want to see this empty stands out here like this. And, you know, it affects so many people in so many different ways. But stay safe, stay healthy, please.
This would have been a great game to have a full house.
Yeah.
And I trust you, Providence would raise the rafters as they would have. They had their student body and many others here as well. But we'll continue to bring you the coverage, so folks, don't fret. Basketball continues, and Lord willing, we'll be able to bring it to you. So that's going to do it for us here tonight at Providence, where the Pioneers knock off the Red Devils with a final score of 53-51. For the most in-depth coverage of Southern Indiana high school sports, visit glycod.com and join us next time, 13 days from now, right back here as the Pioneers take on the Christian Academy of Indiana Warriors. Tonight's executive producer has been Steve Bird, Will Harper on camera, Joey Theobald on the scoreboard, Paul Love handling all the color commentary. He's a very colorful guy anyway. And then there's me, little old me, Mike Beck. Glad to be with you tonight. Have yourselves a great weekend. God bless, take care, and we'll see you next time. You've been tuned in to Southern Indiana High School Basketball on Glycod.
From Glycod, this has been Interstate Batteries Southern Indiana High School Basketball. Interstate Batteries, outrageously dependable. Tonight's game was presented by Jim Butner Auto in Clarksville, striving to keep you driving. And was also brought to you by the Clark County Youth Coalition. Get inspired, get the facts. Visit what'syoursideeffect.org. And by Allstate agent Packy Page. He puts you in good hands. By Priority Radiology in New Albany. You have a choice. By Clark County Sheriff Jamie Knoll. And by Centra Credit Union.
For schedule information about our upcoming broadcasts, visit our website, glicod.com, Facebook and Twitter @Glycod. We thank you for tuning into this live sports presentation from Glycod.